to the test. Champions League dreams will never rest. Kicking it back with Matt. Legends of the game. With every kick and score, we'll let our name. Rising higher, fueled by our love for the game. Kicking back with mates, we'll never be the same. In the metal storm, our hearts beat in sync. Liverpool forever, we'll never let it sink.
Boys. Ish, Henry, what the hell did Mo freaking do this past weekend?
Made a scene. That's what he did. He's that guy at the wedding that kicks over the buffet by accident. He doesn't just get drunk. He falls into the buffet and stuff spills or into the cake. I think that's the closest description I can come up with.
Henry, did you see or feel this coming?
Somewhat, but I didn't think it was gonna be like that bad or like that huge. I mean, this family is kind of like also kind of split. You notice it too. Like, I don't half the stuff he's not wrong though, but half the stuff is just like really you should have done that in the locker room. You know, like a one-on-one type of thing. But I don't know. It just seems like it just made everything bigger. And also, Matt, we also know how mess of a club we are right now. Like it's just not just Mo. It's how we're playing. It's how much money we spend. Kind of like a culmination of everything. Like I think I told you, he's just like the cherry on top right now of everything that's messed up. He's just like, I'm just gonna make it even worse.
But you can't come out in the media and say these things, saying I'm the scapegoat. They're throwing me under the bus. I mean, the dude's 34 years old. It's bound to happen.
Yeah, I just think as as we as Liverpool fans seen as a change in the squad and promises that were made to him, and I just don't think now all of that just meshes now. It just doesn't right now. All the new formations that we're playing, which you and I are just not a fan of. We just don't like it. Like again, Soboslai playing as right back. It's just that Mo's not getting what he wants. He's not playing how he is. His goal contribution has been lackluster and a half compared to all his seasons combined. This looks abysmal.
Well, Henry, Ish, hold on, Henry. Can you do me a favor and jump off and then try to jump back in? Your sound is kind of you're going in and out.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. I'll let you back in when you jump in. But piggybacking on what Henry's saying is he's not living up to the job. And, he comes out and he says that he's earned his right in the starting 11.
This is the way he's going to look at it, okay? He's one of the longest tenured guys there. He is the quarterback of the team, for better or for worse. Nobody likes to be the guy, and he could, to the coach, okay, deep down, the coach, you're taking away one of the last seasons where I'm genuinely going to be competitive. There's not that much time left, and not for him to be a star of a team where they have a real chance to do something. And so his idea is, listen, this coach comes in. I'm one of the longest tenured players here. What's he been there? 10 years?
8.
8 years, which in these standards is pretty long time. And he's given us 8 years of his prime to this team, which, once again, it doesn't allow you to behave whatever way you want to. I'm not saying that. But here's what's going on here is that right now the coach, the coach is not looking good. And when you play this poorly and you go down this fast, this quickly, you know what? The guy's going to take the most personally is the guy who's the most identified with the team. And it's far and away him. And he's taking it put it this way, they have a 0 goal differential. Do you have any idea how much money? That's a lot of money to pay for a 0. Okay? This is, the champions. I mean, the Champions League, they're still ranked 9th. But this EPL season is done. This is not coming back. It's done.
I don't know, because outside of I suck, number 9, I'm liking the way Wirtz is playing. I'm liking the way that Ekitike is playing. But I just can't believe that because Mo got benched and then they didn't even bring him on in that barn burner on Saturday against Leeds for him to come out and he behaved like a 2-year-old. And now, like, we're at the point, in my opinion, he's never going to wear the Reds jersey again. He's leaving Monday for AFCON. He won't be back before the January transfer window.
He's not coming back. I would be looking if I was looking for property there. I'd be looking at his house. I'm pretty sure he doesn't care if he makes money on the damn thing anyway. I'm pretty, he's just like, hey, I want to be done here. And the other thing being is that he really probably, if my thinking is to pull a move like this, there's a couple of places he can really go because now you care about cash. He's won everything else there is to win. The last few years you can go Messi yourself and go to the joke of a league that the MLS is. But here's the thing: MLS starts in March. He can pick up on a team there. He can pick. The Saudis would probably want him just as much, and they could probably offer more money. But this is a move that you do to make this quicker. I want to be elsewhere so I can you want to show up before the season starts, and you want to, if you're going to go to MLS, let them hype you up.
Well, unless he rips up that contract, because he's making more than $400,000 a week, he's not going to the MLS. He's going to have to go to Saudi, and Saudi has wanted him for the past 2 years. That's the only option if he wants to keep making that wage, which I think you'd agree with me. He wants to continue to make it. He's probably got, a year and a half, 2 years left in the legs.
I think that, MLS, don't forget, they make a lot of money elsewhere that's not on their payroll. Don't forget, right now.
It all goes to Messi.
Yeah, but first of all, there's a couple of teams you can go to. The one in San Diego is owned by an Egyptian guy who has had a hard-on for this guy for as long as you can remember. So he'd be perfectly content to give him a piece of the team. He would, once again, where his name recognition would go the best is in Saudi. You have essentially a homegrown star. Egypt is as close to there as you're going to get that has any reasonable, talent. You go back there, you could speak Arabic, you are instantly a big deal.
Yeah, I didn't hear San Diego. I did hear yesterday when I was in the car on ESPN FC on one of the shows they floated Inter. That Inter would somehow be able to pull it off, and then picture having him on one wing and Messi on the other wing, and I don't see that happening.
And then what do you do with Suarez?
I think he's leaving.
Well, I did read before we came on here that they're in talks with him.
What legs? What legs? He doesn't have them anymore, man. This league is just too much for him now. He can only play a half. I love Suarez, I do. But dude, that guy can't really play as much anymore. The only thing he's really still good at is biting people. That's it. That's all he's got.
It's a unique skill set. Because 99% of the world would not know who Luis Suarez is if he didn't bite people.
You can show him your tattoo. I kept it. Look, he bit me here.
We should be doing Invisalign ads. He's missing out. It's one of those where you're like, okay, I wear these so it doesn't hurt as much when I go and bite people.
Or dentistry.
But Henry, what do you think Mo has played his last game for us?
No, I don't think so. There's just too much competitiveness inside of him, to be honest with you. But I could be wrong. Again, I really don't know what's going on through his head because this, honestly, kind of, to me, I didn't really come out of nowhere because you can still see him at the bench. He looked kind of annoyed. He looked like he was just even like put me on the side for training. We got none of that from him. I think this is just something maybe a month away from each other might blow things over. But it's not the first time a Liverpool player has had a kind of a little bash with the manager. I mean, it happened with Mo. What was it? Second to last year with Klopp. Remember they had that spat. Tried to give him like an arm over the shoulder, and he kind of just went like, "I don't want to talk about it right now." Then Klopp tried to tell him, "Come over here. I want to talk to you," and he's like, "No, I don't want about it." Klopp's had it with Mane. Klopp's would have it. What was that defender we had? The French one. He left right after that happened with Klopp. Ooh, what is his name? I forgot what his name was. So, but I don't know. I just don't see it just as of yet, especially if we were gonna cut it. But I mean, he could though. I mean, he could leave. It all depends on what if these guys can figure things out. It just seems weird to give him such a high contract and then just let him just go, or even the same way with Slot.
All right, but if Saudi comes a knocking and says we'll give you 60 million for him,
I think he still wants.
I understand that, but at this point, I don't think it's what he wants. I think it's what the club wants, as far as determining what's going to happen with him. He hasn't said he's sorry yet. He hasn't apologized. Slot came out yesterday and even acknowledged it, that maybe he should rethink about it. They left him behind for Champions League. I don't think he's going to make the bench for Saturday.
But who should he say sorry to, though? Who should he say sorry to?
By the way, I'm thinking that I think Liverpool wants to be done with his contract.
That's what I'm saying.
400,000 a week for a guy that, is not a difference maker anymore. 400,000 pounds a week for a guy like that, where once again, you can go out anywhere and get that kind of production for that kind of money. There are plenty of guys floating around.
But he's going to sit on the bench. Why are we paying somebody 400 plus to sit on the bench? Sobo is our best player now. I don't care what anybody says. He is the number one guy on this team. And Florian is starting to show, some good stuff for me. So, like, if we can make money by moving him on and getting out from under that contract, at this point, I'm all for it. And Henry, like you asked me, who should you say sorry to? I don't know about you, but I'm really ticked off at his behavior.
I'm the opposite of you two guys. I'm gonna admit I'm definitely opposite of you two guys, because to be honest with you, the biggest person I'm pissed off is Slot. I'm annoyed by this man. This job is way too big for him. I'm sorry, it just is. He got away last year. I don't care what anybody says. He got away with Klopp's players, not his. Now this is his season. This is his formation. These are his players. These are all the changes he made. These are the decisions that he did. So you got rid of all these players after a death of a very good, basically a brother for these guys. So let me get 7 players out of here and bring in 7 more. Let me tell you, you think your company would work that well if you did that to your staff? You gut it with somebody else and continue to go? You think it would still work right? No, it wouldn't. You'd have trouble. You'd have problems. It would be difficult. So yeah, let's get rid of the players that is core and concrete. I don't care what anybody says about Nunez. He still got you goals. And so he still is there. But again, this is all Slot's fault. This is what Slot decided to do. This is what he wanted to do. These are his players. So tell me, how is this good? And again, you're relying on a Virgil van Dijk that I don't care what anybody says myself. He's lost a step. He has. And you didn't get a backup for him. You knew Konate had injury problems. Yet you're going to say Gomez? Again, injury problems. You didn't do anything about that. You wanted a better midfielder, and you didn't get one either. You just decided to get the most expensive one. And then you went after Isak. Which, again, what are we using him for if we're not playing the way that we did with Newcastle, was bombing balls in the front for him to go run for it? No one's doing it. Cody Gakpo will not give the ball to Kirkes. Again, who's managing that? Oh, I know. His name is Slot.
Wow, I didn't expect that rant out of you, Henry.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. It's like if you work in a business, and what do you think? If all your staff is not doing well, do you just solely blame the staff, or do you go like, who's the man in charge? Can I speak to your manager? Oh wait, it's that guy. Oh wait, he's the one that made all the bad decisions.
So do you not agree with Slot benching Mo?
Do I agree with one game? I would say yes, but if we're playing poorly and bad, and you're going to still continue to do the most dumbass things I've ever seen in your substitutions, whose fault is it really? It's still yours too, bro. It's like if two guys fight, no one wants to say they're sorry. How's that going to go anything? You're the manager. Bring them in the locker room. Have a talk with them yourself. Again, Slot might say, "Oh yeah, look what Mo's doing in public," but you're doing it too, Slot. You're doing it as well.
I'm going to say this: if this is what it's looking like in public, in private, I bet you it's been a lot worse.
Probably.
We haven't seen it, but I guarantee you, in private, he said things about his mother, and I'm not sure which one to who, but I'm sure both of them have pretty much thrown. Because if this goes like this in public, we can just imagine what it looks like in private, where it's just, and deep down, I think what you just described, if you want to turn over the team, which it seems like he's just dead set on doing, and remember, he also has a couple of small things going for him. First of all, he's still early in his run. He gets a little bit of a grace period, right? He's only
I
in
don't
year
want to get
two.
rid of him. Yeah, no, I don't
No,
want
no,
him sacked.
Slot is there, and he's in his grace period. They won the league last year. He is going to get a grace period, and if he sees fit to really kind of turn over the place, okay, then you know the guy you most need to turn over is him. It's simple as that because he, regardless, he's like I said, one of the senior guys, the most well known. Deep down, if he wants to make it his team, and I'm not saying this is right, do not mistake that. The best way to say this is my team and I'm going to run it my way, you can't have any of that coming. You cannot have any of that in your face because the rest of the players will not respect you. On the other hand, if you can sit that guy, you can, like, everybody on the team is all of a sudden realizes who the boss is, and you kind of need that. I'm sorry, but there's no way to do it otherwise. Is you can't have him belittling you, talking down to you. That just doesn't go anywhere. And once again, if we're in year 4 and 5, Slot is in deep doo doo.
Yeah,
On
he
the other
is.
hand,
Hey, do you guys see this? What's up on my screen?
Oh, the training by himself. Yeah, I saw that. I did.
once again, that's a Turkish team, correct? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I actually think I've been to a game of theirs in Turkey. And here's the funny part: is once again, it goes over well there, but Turkey is not big enough for him. Turkey wouldn't pull it off. It has to be Saudi. He has to be getting enough to go there. Galatasaray is not going to give 60 million. They don't have 60 million.
I'm not talking about. I just wanted to show the picture because I think that picture tells the story.
There's, the sad part for this guy. First of all, it's halfway through the season, so there's not that many places, and the number of teams that can afford him is a handful at best. So essentially, unless he stays at Liverpool, at least through the end of the year, he's in limbo. And unless he wants to, go out to pasture in Saudi or MLS, those are your two options now. You either sit out in your misery, or because no one's going to give a ton of money for a 33-year-old guy who only has 2 more seasons under contract, who's going, once again, expensive. His attitude doesn't sound great. And you try to fix him in to your team in the middle of the season. Sorry, not happening.
I know, but don't you think that Instagram post is very telling of what Mo is feeling at the moment? It's me against them, me against the club. How dare they leave me here? I trained with them that morning, and then they told me you're not going. I think he's going to become very defiant. And I think those words of I'm being the fall guy, I'm being thrown under the bus, those are big statements.
To me, that's just anger like anybody else, just like he's just coming out saying his piece. It's just I'm saying without thinking. That's how I see it. I'm saying without thinking. To me, it just seems like he just said what he just felt without actually seeing what. Yeah, in essence, he was wrong for it. But also at the same time, I'm just looking at the same problems that Slot has not corrected. And again, it's everybody's going, oh, Mo's not contributing. Mo's not getting in his goals. Mo, and that's also the media doing that on him too. But yeah, and of course when it says player, ignore that stuff. Yeah, okay, dude. Yeah, that's really easy to say when you got how many channels now that talk and talk about football, and it's not just a radio too. And it's like the same thing. Oh, Mo's not cutting in. I mean, me and Matt, we've had that discussion. He won't run in. We've also said maybe he needs to just become a winger again. But John said a good point. How do you train that to a guy who's about 32 years old, who's been known to just be more than just a winger? He's been, a goal scorer. I'm like, I don't know. Can he adapt? Probably not. Is he going to be able to fit in this team? I really don't know either. That I don't know. I just see Slot right now. He didn't make this big pit for himself, but he's not helping himself either by the decisions he's also made himself off the pitch as well. I'm sorry, he just hasn't. I feel it's both parties involved, but Mo made it so much worse, not only for himself, but also for the fans to feel like this too. I'm like, Mo, you didn't have to say that, bro, but that is something you could have just taken him to the side and just be like, dude, I need to talk to you, man. Like, because we hear all the time, players and coaches go talk in the locker room. That's what you're supposed to do. Did Mo make it worse? Absolutely, he did.
I think this conversation's happened. I think it happened before. I think it happened behind closed doors. I'm sure it was, pretty miserable. And I think he goes, nothing has changed for me. Now I gotta take it up to another level. And remember, he's the most recognizable single player in the EPL. Name me a guy who's known more than he is. Name me one.
Don't know. Other than the old school guys like Ronaldo when he was here, that's really it. I don't really know too many names.
No, but I'm saying
currently the only name that resonates with him is Haaland.
Yeah, that's about it.
And still, I mean, once again, he is the most recognizable. He's the most endorsed athlete out there. Okay, at least in the EPL. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, no one does this the first time out in front of the entire world. They don't do that. This builds up over time. And this got kept higher and higher and higher. And now I think it kind of like went scorched earth and said, I'm just going to keep going with this. I've taken it far enough that now one of two things is going to happen. Either I'm not with this team anymore, or this guy is going to come around he's going to come around in my way just because he's tired of, having to put up with this. Those are the only two outcomes I can see. And the thing is taking that reduced role, can't pay a guy that much money for a reduced role. Can't do it. It's just at some point, then it's not valuable to the team anymore. And the team has enough holes right now that I think they even kind of say to themselves, we don't see anything this year. This would be a good time to retool. No one's expecting anything this year anymore. I think you guys look at it. Like I said, goal differential, 0. I don't think anyone's going.
I still have high expectations for this team. They're.
I gave up on that, bro. I did. I gave up on that.
You don't think we're making top 4?
No, not at all. No, not at all. If you want me to be honest with you, no. That again, I'm only going to put down, and Matt, you know this, how I am, statistics. Where were we last year? With the players that we had, and what were we leading by? Who changed that? Who changed that? His name's Slot. That is his name.
So his name. You want Mo in and you want Slot out.
I don't want Slot out. I want him to do his damn job. I'm angry with him. I'm like anything else.
But you sound like you don't think he's capable of doing the job.
He's not.
You did say that the club was too big for him.
It is. But you know what? Prove me wrong, dude. Prove me wrong.
Where did he coach before?
Feyenoord. Small Dutch.
University.
No, I know. We're talking a huge jump up.
Yes.
In visibility. In everything. It's
everything, and he doesn't have the same love as the fan base does for Klopp.
He jumped to a top 10 club in the world.
Yes,
top five at the time. And I don't get, what the hell were they thinking? Were they trying to get a guy on the cheap or something? Or like, you're telling me there's no one better out there?
I don't know. I really thought they were going to go for a proven Premier League manager that at least could just maybe use money to make himself a little bit better. You know, with the money as like Liverpool, because that's money compared to like what Wolves would spend or something like that. You know what I mean? But to see a guy who's from Feyenoord, who literally, and it shows, this season showed, the beginning of this transfer season showed, I have money. I'm going to put both my hands in that chest of toys and pick out everything that I want. And that's what he did. And clearly that did not help. Because you know what? You just threw it on the floor and none of these toys go together. Thank you very much. Awesome. Again, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm being critical as hell with Slot. Because you know what?
Yeah.
You should be playing better. Okay? You should be. Look at Real Madrid fans. Look whose head they want right now. Look
And
whose head they want right now.
It might roll after yesterday's result.
Two people might be leaving. You might have a Brazilian and him leaving. And Xavi, I'm sorry, but they're bad at both. They're mad at both Vinicius and Xavi, bro. That's the fan base, how cruel it can be. And then they're looking, and you got to admit, those fans are not mad for no reason. They watch that game just addictively, just like we would. And then what I'm seeing right now, and even you, Matt, you saw, what are we doing? What the last few weeks, you're saying, what are we playing? Why are we doing this? Why are we putting these players in wrong formation? And I don't want him gone. I want him to do better. But if you don't, dude, you're the problem.
What did you
I'm
think?
sorry, Slot.
What did you think of his formation yesterday? Or not yesterday? I'm sorry, on Tuesday against Inter.
Okay, I'll ask you a question. Were you ecstatic about that game that we won? I'm indifferent.
We got an 88th
by a
minute
pen.
penalty.
We won by a pen, so that means nothing really changed. Plus, a Vert's pen that kind of still, and even for me, was kind of questionable.
Well,
'Cause I'm like-
that's been the whole talk the past 48 hours.
It's kind of questionable. As a Liverpool fan, I'm going to take it. But if I was a rival fan, I would know exactly. I'd be pissed because it's like, oh, I just tugged the shirt. But again, it's Champions League, so that's a whole different beast. We all know that. They look at almost everything, or they don't look at anything at all. It's so inconsistent with referees. But you knew who you were playing and how you were going to play, and to not take an extra attacker with you when you knew Chiesa was sick, again, says so much for me about Slot. I'm sorry. Put your pride down. You know you need a goal. It's not going to happen. Who are you looking at? Oh, wait. Let me see if I had another right winger that can do it. Oh, wait. He's not, because he's at Aston Villa. That's at what?
So
second?
do we know if it was Slot's decision or if it was the higher ups?
I'm going to say it's mostly
back at Anfield.
that. I don't know. That I really couldn't tell. I think maybe they just didn't want drama. I think. I really don't.
What if not playing him is also trying to keep him from getting injured, just so that he has some value if they want to jettison him?
That
Yeah,
could
but
be true.
he's leaving Monday. He's leaving Monday for AFCON.
Yeah, but AFCON, they can't choose whether he plays in that or not. But giving, on your own team, haven't you guys ever noticed this in every sport? If you're trying, move him along. You try not to get him injured right beforehand, because then all of a sudden you have zero options. And
Chelsea's masterclass. Yes. That's what the Chelsea does. We're gonna sell this guy. You already know, like with Chelsea, he hasn't played in a week. He's leaving.
No, he's an armed guard. You can't go outside. You cannot go outside. You're gonna sit in here until we get rid of you. You're gonna be in the top of the Savoy. You will be pampered, but you will not go anywhere or do anything. You can't breathe. Other people can't breathe on you.
No.
They'll sterilize stuff for you. And so that might be part of the thinking. I'm trying to come up with like some case scenario where we can actually put two and two together here, and this is not easy to come by, because it's one of those where you kind of go, this is like 8 or 9 months, and a player's, not even 8 or 9 months. It's been 6 months. You went from dominating the league to having somebody dead. Half a dozen players are gone, and like the performance has gone, completely down with it. And what was a little bit odd, and I know people just don't kind of remember this part, but that Paris Saint-Germain loss, it all started going downhill from there.
They haven't been the same since that game.
If you guys remember that, have they looked anywhere near what they did before? It was also mentally, they got beaten very soundly by a team that at the time was not anywhere close to them. And, if you just think about it in retrospect, that got in everybody's head. It really, really, psychologically messed them up, because if you guys remember the timing of it, they'd already clinched the EPL. They didn't have to really play it out by then. It was that game that has completely changed like the mentality. These guys were there to dominate. We have this. We are the best. Then you walk in and you get worked like that, and all of a sudden, it seems as if it's so much self-doubt just came in.
All right, enough about Liverpool.
Mhm.
I'm tired of talking about it. We all got kind of different perspectives and angles and what we think is going to happen. One of us will be right? 3 different opinions. One of us will something will happen. But we don't have a lot of time this week because I have another engagement this evening. But I wanted to talk about
Christmas party, isn't it?
the World Cup draw, and what a joke. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole pomp and circumstance, the live performances. I mean, don't get me wrong. I laughed when the Village People came out and performed, but to take an hour and a half to get to the draw,
Can I
and
ask
then
you,
yeah,
what does the Village People have to do with soccer? Like, I don't freaking get it. I really don't. I understand
what did,
past.
what did any of those performers have to
What
do?
did
It's to be inclusive to the LGBTQIAXYZ community. It has
But
to.
didn't they
like,
even say that
just
they don't
put it
even
in-
like the Village People too? So, to me, I'm like, who is this for? Who is this for? I mean, they gave a fake prize to a president that it's not even real. I bet that was his going like, hey, I love the Village People. I would love for them to be there. It's for me. It's in America. It's for me. I'm like, dude, all of this was just so bad. And then, Matt, you talking about the tickets today, I'm just like, wow, FIFA, you just, ooh, did you make the mess of a bed and lay in it too?
Yeah, so it came out probably an hour before we came on. Because FIFA's released to the different countries delegations for tickets, and like they're saying, for if you're getting your tickets through the England allotment, for you to see England, if they make it all the way through to the final, it's going to cost you over $7,000 to go to every single one of their games.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not going to lie to you because I know what the prices are here in Atlanta. To be brutally honest, 7,000. It's not that much if you really think about it. The travel alone would be double that. The travel and the hotels will be double that anyway. And people are going to have.
That's essentially $1,000 a game for one ticket.
Which they're charging that for reasonable tickets for some absolute crap games, mind you. I mean, there is some real. By the way,
I understand that, but the point of it is FIFA promised they were going to make it affordable, and tickets were going to start at $60. The lowest ticket price that went out to all these countries today is $170. There's a big difference between 60 and 170. It's almost triple.
They're going to make it affordable. This coming from the people who sold a World Cup to Qatar by bribing the Nigerian guy and putting a World Cup in November. Okay,
Yeah.
In a country that it's like 40 square miles. Okay, anything FIFA says, unless you're not complete blazing human garbage, you cannot be part of one of 3 organizations. And notice they're all worldwide. First of all, FIFA for sure, the International Olympic Committee, who's as corrupt as anything gets, and throw in the UN with it. The UN is a bunch of bags of shit that are essentially money launderers. Okay, these guys, anything they say, you can just assume. Well, we care about the fans. Fuck you. Then why'd you have a Club World Cup last year? Why? Just so that your guys get tired out? No, so that you can make more cash off American fans or whomever, club fans. You shouldn't have had it last year. Are you out of your mind? Now, anyone who played in that has literally been playing for 2 years straight. Watch a few injuries happen on FIFA, World Cup time.
So they're going to price gouge. They're going to hit everybody over the head to go to a game. I'm going to tell you right now, like, I'm not going to be paying that much to go to a game and sit in a lousy seat. But on top of that, going back to the draw, I mean, did we have to have Brady? Did we have to have Shaq?
I don't.
And then Gretzky couldn't even pronounce any of the country's names.
What is Kevin Hart doing there? What is Kevin Hart doing there? What is that all about? What next? You're going to
and then they gave Argentina a free pass to the knockout rounds.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
They got a joke of a draw. Now, with 48 teams and 12 pots, there's no more group of death.
Yeah, like that I noticed.
The only sexy matchup I think there is in the first round is England and Croatia.
And aren't they charging premium for those smaller, like, countries playing too? They're charging a premium for that as well.
Are you gonna pay $170 to go see Cape Verde?
Dude, I don't think it's even going to be $170 if you want me to be real with you.
But by the way, the game in Atlanta that I just put my name in for is Spain against Cape Verde. just to bring that out. That's the game that if I win the lottery,
bet the over on that game.
Did you guys even get an email?
It's probably going to be 9 or 10-0.
But by the way, Argentina needs a free thing to the knockout round for one reason. Last World Cup, I was in Buenos Aires when they lost to goddamn Saudi Arabia. You know what? Sometimes they just might need the help. And by the way, the team, there's so many geriatrics on that team. Like, you really need to. You're going to need to ration everything they do. They're that team that you could see falling off the cliff. Like, they have too many older guys that have, just long in the tooth, and their younger guys are getting better, but they're not there yet. And I mean, it's gonna be a problem for a couple of teams.
Is Spain on the other side from them?
Think so.
Yeah, I think FIFA specifically put Spain on the other side.
Or was it Portugal? Was it Spain or Portugal? Because everybody's making this is the last for both the gods that are playing right now.
I want to say that. No, I think Portugal, Argentina.
Remember, guys, once you reach the knockout round, your number 2 goes over to the number 1 side. So they naturally, wherever they end up, they will end there unless they all win their groups. They're all going to get intermingled later. So it's not.
There is 2 sides to get to the final.
But here's the thing: is that this is how it always goes. So let's just say you're going to have 16 teams, right? So the 8 group winners will be on, or 8 group winners will be on one side, and the number 2s always go over to there.
Well, they'll be because there's 12 groups, so there'll be 6 ones on this side and 6 ones on this side, and then the 2s will go over to each side. So if they're all 1s. Argentina could be a 1 on the right side of the bracket, and Spain could be a 1 on the left side of the bracket.
Wait, you just described 24 teams. How can we have 24
in a knockout round? I can tell you this. For the knockout rounds, it starts at 32.
Yeah.
There's only 16 teams getting eliminated in pool play, not 24. It's not getting cut in half like it used to.
No, it's a money. This tournament's a money grab and a hat, bro. This is why everyone's like, this is just greed, blatantly laid out right in front of all of us.
The final is like July 19th.
Training starts right about a week later. Well,
Yeah.
hey, no, I mean, actually,
Well, no,
are we
no,
serious?
dude, the Prem starts the second weekend of August. Like,
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be nuts, dude. It's gonna be nuts. What they try to do.
You know that deep down, some of the actual club coaches are like this. Please lose already. No, go home, man. Go home.
and what do you think about the U.S. pool?
They'll get through.
Oh,
I think
for sure.
it's a pathetic group, but I mean, once again, they're gonna keep some of the home teams. I mean, you want the home teams at least to survive a little bit. Canada probably won't, but Mexico, and with 32 teams, you really gotta.
Mexico's
I can,
advancing, the U.S. is advancing.
by the way, Canada in their Group B, they're gonna get a team that's not in it yet, but it could be really weird. I think the
Well, yeah, I
Italians.
forgot. We gotta wait for a last grouping, right? There's still a couple
Yeah,
of
well,
teams.
Yeah, and they don't play those games until March.
Oh my
But
God, jeez.
but they have the Italians. Qatar is going to be awful. If the Italians make it, otherwise, I don't think Northern Ireland, Bahrain, or Wales is really going to do a hell of a lot.
But dude,
So
could
let's-
you think about it for a second? Can you imagine if Italy misses out on the World Cup for this would be the third straight time?
Second straight, I think. Second straight, because they made it to the last one. I
They
believe.
made it to Russia. They didn't make it to Qatar.
No, I don't think so. But still, I mean, like even if you have that, bro, it seems like we're gonna be paying premium even for like these small little like countries to come play too, bro. I don't know. It's just a blatant cash grab, a system that just seems like it was just again not meant for us. This was just
But
meant.
by the way, 3 countries. Okay, no. Okay, at least in Qatar. Here's the beauty of Qatar. If you go and you're in Qatar, and all the stadiums are within half an hour at best. If you come here, can you imagine
Hours.
if you want to follow your team, you go to Mexico City, then go to stinking Vancouver, then go to New York, and that's just for the original round.
Well,
Then going around even worse.
and then look at how they set up the U.S. for travel. L.A., Seattle, L.A.
You know what I love?
Look at some of these other teams. They're going to be flying back and forth across the continent.
You know what I love
But-
though? Have you seen Europeans and other people around the world going, why does the U.S. call these stadiums in cities that they're not actually in? Because they're just finding that out now. They're just like the one in L.A. It's not in L.A. We all know it's not. No stadium's actually in L.A.
No, SoFi.
outside.
Wait,
SoFi.
it's SoFi. SoFi is actually in the middle of LA. It's in Inglewood. Inglewood is right in the middle of town. It's.
The
I mean,
SoFi only gets one game, but the one where L.A. Galaxy goes, they don't play there.
it's too small. LA
Yeah.
Galaxy plays in just a tiny stadium. There's 25,000. No major. It has to be a major stadium. There's no. I mean,
New York, New Jersey. We all know it's not New York, New Jersey. It's New Jersey. It's not New York, New Jersey. MetLife is in New Jersey.
But just to point this out, if we tried to put a stadium that big and try to get parking in Manhattan or any place that we think of, good luck trying to get that built. I mean, it's just Atlanta. We use the same stadium, but here's the deal with it: is that it's literally top levels blocked off for Atlanta United. It's just the bottom. They keep the bottom bowl. It makes life pretty easy. I mean, most of these stadiums are not going to be, not most, but these are all. I mean, you can pick any kind of stadium. It doesn't really matter. Just go to. Remember, Inter Miami does not play at the main Dolphin Stadium. I don't think they do.
No, they play at like Chase Field or something like that.
Yeah. Whereas they're playing these at Hard Rock Stadium. They're playing it in the big boy stadium. But what the one good easy part for that is if you play football there, you got a pitch big enough that you can convert it without too much hassle. I mean, they have groundskeepers and all these people. Not to mention, when you go from 25 to 80,000 people, getting all the things organized and the other crap for that. Not to mention the hotel rooms. There should be I'm surprised they're not using Las Vegas. Las Vegas would be perfect for this.
I was actually going to say that too. Like more cities actually have the stadiums inside cities. I felt that's where the route they were going to go to, because it just seems like that would be also convenient. Because we all know, most of these football stadiums are within their city, and it's like you're walking to the stadium. This is going to be a new experience for a lot of people who are not used to that at all. Where they're like, no, you got to, yeah, you're not walking.
The biggest one would be, because I would even say New York, New Jersey, everyone will take some public transportation, more or less. And they're actually pretty good at doing that. The one that really sucks is going to be Hard Rock Stadium, because they're nowhere near Miami. It is in Fort Lauderdale. It is in Fort Lauderdale. It is not anywhere close to there. And it's way out where. Whereas everything else, even like Los Angeles, on the other hand, Las Vegas, you can walk to it from the Mandalay Bay. It's brand new, 68,000 capacity, and you have the hotel rooms already there. And imagine, like, the people in Las Vegas would love it. I mean, the hotel owners, because you're getting all this gambling money. They could bet on the game, then, even in the stadium, which is kind of cool. And then you could, I mean, once again, I don't get the whole, I get why you want to make it everywhere. But places like, I'm sorry, if you're going to have Vancouver, then screw Seattle. Okay. It's not far enough apart. Just make people go to one or the other. Because I once took a flight from one to the other. It was 30 minutes. 30.
But they got to give Canada some games. They're a co-host.
It's not a real country. It's really not. Here's the. I mean, I will tell you this: having the games in Mexico City, especially for if you where you should be putting Spain, it's put them in Mexico. Their fans all speak Spanish. Colombia, put them there. So, once again, they don't have trouble getting around. They don't have trouble talking to everybody. Even if you put them in Miami, for God's sakes, that'd be the same. It's you could speak Spanish everywhere, but kind of use your brains for something and say, okay, a lot of those teams, which means that.
She froze.
I mean, he has a point there. What he said there, only because FIFA should think about what they're doing. Because remember, man, I've made the joke all the time. But why is Jamaica playing in Colorado? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you playing Dominican Republic in Minnesota? I gotta ask, like, who's over there? Who's over there of these people that you're asking for these countries to come to? Over there in some of these places that you're playing games. I'm sorry. What are you gonna go play? Qatar and fucking Texas? Who is gonna go there? Like, no one's gonna understand that. It just doesn't make sense to me. You know your demographic. You know a census. Put some of those games in places where it makes sense. You're gonna play Brazil around Newark? Oh my God, the Brazilians gonna show up? Yes, they will show up if you play them at MetLife. Think about where you're actually gonna play some of these games in the areas. Are they playing any games of of Korea anywhere near the San Francisco Bay? No.
Nope.
No. Smart. Real smart.
Yeah. Well,
I got it.
Listen, that's FIFA in a nutshell, right?
Stupid.
Poor planning, poor arena assignment for teams and their populations, and then we're just going to tell you we're going to charge nothing for tickets, and then we're going to triple the price. I mean, I don't know. That's FIFA. Just like that joke of a show last Friday. Like, it was embarrassing.
I think they tried to make what we do for some other sporting events that big or that monumentous, or I don't know, some type of spectacle. But to me, it just seems like, why were you guys doing this for? People came here for the draw, not for a show. They came here for the draw, to come see what you guys are doing, what teams are going to be playing against one another. And maybe some of the celebrities of football. That's what I thought I was going to expect, man. I was not expecting Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, I love the guy, but still, bro, I don't
know. David Beckham, he comes to mind.
Any of the WNSL girls, like Rodman,
Yep.
That would have been nice to have her on there. Like, again, Alex Morgan, what is she doing? Oh, wait, we could get some of that. Oh, any old USMT players? Michael Bradley just finished the season with RB2. I think he has time to come do a show for like a a hot day, especially. Oh wait, was it in New York? Right, New York too, I believe.
No, it
Right?
was in DC.
Huh?
It was in DC.
Oh, and okay, it's not even that far of a drive.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
whatever.
3 hours. Yeah.
Whatever. You could have just asked any of those people, not people not involved in football. And I know I made the joke about Snoop, but he owns portion of a small football team, so I'll give him credit. Again, Ryan Reynolds, really, you couldn't get the guy who got Wrexham all stuff. You had
Yeah.
a chance to get stars that know this game or picking up in this game or investing in. Will Ferrell is such a huge fan of LAFC. Drew Carey for Seattle. Are you kidding me? You couldn't get any of those people to do this. Really?
Well, Brady's got ownership in Birmingham.
Okay.
You know.
But again, they didn't do it right, man. They
No.
didn't.
No.
Again, it's like you're gonna go watch American football, and next thing you know, they invite people who like do gymnastics. I'm like, I don't understand this. I don't know what you guys are doing. What do you, Mia Hamm? What is she? What was she doing? You couldn't bring her along? Like really? You couldn't do any of that? I'm sorry, bro. It just seems like it was just a bad
Well,
spectacle.
and we gotta end early tonight, but we'll leave it at that. That's FIFA.
That's
This,
FIFA.
this is what they do. They just make a mess of everything.
They do.
Henry, I appreciate it, brother. Hope to see you at MJ soon.
Yep.
Everybody else, go ahead.
I was gonna be there this weekend, so if you're gonna be there, I'll be there.
Yeah, you know what? The wife's 50th birthday is Saturday.
So I won't see you soon. Have fun, those of you.
All right,
Have
brother.
fun.
Appreciate it. See
Peace.
everybody else next week. Take care.
To run deep, fueled by camaraderie. Together we stand bound by this harmony. From Merseyside's turf to the world, we'll go with every challenge faced. Our spirit will glow, rising higher. Fueled by our love for the game, kicking back with mates, we'll